Good morning. And welcome back to Rise and Shine College Football. I'm your host, Jason Watkins, and if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment of Hall of Fame college football. Happy Thanksgiving and welcome to the show, everybody. Mars Jams, Scott Walker. Welcome in, folks. Good to see you guys in here. Hope you guys are getting ready to get geared up and have a great show, great weekend, great holiday. Excited for everybody. Hold on, I'll drop that right there to you as well there, Bishop Frank. Hold on, we're on a second. All right, can everybody hear me good? Everything's going good? Sofix, good to see you, sir. How's everybody this morning? Let me see. Let me get this to Bishop Frank real quick. All right, here we go. Good to see you. Hope everybody is having a good morning so far. Excited to talk a little bit about this LSU game coming up. Hey, man, this is the final week of the regular season. This thing went by fast, and it kind of went by slow. It's kind of a weird season for us, obviously, as Oklahoma fans, but big game this weekend, going up against an LSU team that has been kind of up and down a little bit. Whenever you look at it, we'll have Bishop Frank in here in just a second. Also, Mike Wilkerson, who will be in Baton Rouge for the festivities. And Coach Ricks, I believe, is also going to be in here as well. So excited to get these guys in here. In fact, here comes Bishop Frank now. Welcome to the show, sir.
What's going on?
What's up?
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. And Boomer.
Heck yeah, man. Check him out. He's wearing the Hall of Fame college football pod merch, horns down cap, which is available right now, but it's only available until the end of the weekend, just through holiday shopping for this weekend. So you only can get it. It will not be available come Monday morning. So make sure you jump in there and grab one of those if that's what you want. Hey, we're getting some feedback from you, brother. You got it on the TV or something? You got that on the TV?
No TV.
Okay, good. I was getting something there. Oh, we're getting some clicking or something from you too. What do we got? All right, David.
How about
now? It should be say something again.
How about now?
Okay, you're good. Yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
All right. David Whitehead.
Audio up too high.
Scott Walker. Yes, sir. Let's see. Noobish. There's Bishop Frank in there. And along with Mars Jams. Hey, yeah, make sure you guys tap in. Let us know whenever you get in here. Glad to see everybody in here as well. He said, I wanted to ask about Jackson Arnold. Do you think he doesn't come back? Do you want him to come back? I've been saying I don't think he's coming back ever since the Tennessee game. But at this point, I think a lot of it would depend on what ends up happening, who they end up hiring. That's something that we'll end up talking about. We're going to get into talking about, we got obviously the big night game showdown against LSU in Death Valley. We'll be talking a little bit about, this is the last game as far as, well, for sure. I'm going to guess that more than likely you're going to get Danny Stutsman, Billy Bowman playing in the bowl game, but you never know because of whatever happens with some of that stuff, you just never know. I would guess that they play, just knowing those guys. But it's definitely their last game in the SEC. Going down there, also going to have, going up against a team that's kind of a wounded dog right now in LSU. Bishop Frank, they've lost.
Yeah.
They lost to A&M. They lost to Florida. They lost to Alabama. Those are their, basically their last. Yeah, that's their last 3 games.
Yeah,
so they've lost 3 in a row. And they were more or less considered a playoff team, about a month ago. We talked a lot about it last night that it looks like the SEC is probably only going to get 3 unless A&M. I think A&M's going to probably have to
win against Texas.
They definitely got to win against Texas because they would have to get in to the SEC championship game. If they were to lose that, the question is do they keep them? A 5 in the SEC, do you keep them in there? I think it depends. They already have 3 losses. I don't know that you could afford them to get a 4th one.
No,
it almost feels like
in my mind, it doesn't make sense because you got other 3-loss teams that might have a stronger case.
Well, and that's what if A&M went in and beat Georgia in the SEC championship game, let's say Georgia wins, goes and they should win against Georgia Tech. Do they end up out if they lose in the SEC championship game? Because that would be their 3rd loss as well. I don't know. I think that there's a lot of crazy stuff still waiting to happen. We were talking about chaos reigning supreme last night. I think it's going to continue to do so through conference championship weekend. And it kind of begs the question for me, do you end up seeing the SEC go to a 9-game schedule? I don't know, because this carnage, if they're going to leave them out, this could lead to some areas that are sticky for us as college football fans, is where you're going to end up seeing. Because if you're going to have a group of 5 team from the Mountain West getting a bye, and you're only getting 3 from the toughest conference in the country, and I'm not going to say I'm sitting here saying it has to be the SEC or any of this or that, but I can just tell you what ESPN is looking at and Fox is looking at. If you're probably going to go ahead and get 4 from the Big Ten, but Indiana being one of those, they don't really have a quality win. You know what I mean? They only have 1 loss, but they don't really have a quality win. So what is it exactly that you do?
Yeah, and also that's just a friendly reminder. Georgia Tech has been one of those teams that they stick to their guns and they know what their process is, and don't be surprised if they upset Georgia.
Yeah, I'd probably would be surprised if they upset Georgia, but it's not to say that it can't happen. But it's, that's that big brother, little brother thing. It could happen, I guess. It's a rivalry.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
I'm just thinking that their offensive line and their offense, they know what their bread and butter like. We did this last week to Alabama. So it's just a matter of, can Georgia stop it?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. I think that everybody has to still when you look at this last few weeks, this last week of games, and then obviously getting into the conference championship season, there's probably still an upset or 2 to come. Chances are, I guess, if Alabama were to win they've got them slotted where it looks like they could possibly still sneak in somehow. But that's going to piss a lot of people off. Here's the thing. I mean, you can say what you want about whether or not you think it's fair and this and that, but until there's actually the schedules are the same and they match up, it's going to go down to who does the committee want in. Well, and the committee's they're going to put more. The committee is definitely at the behest of ESPN and Fox. Don't make no mistake about it. ESPN and Fox want football programs in there. And on top of that, which teams are going to sell the most or put the most viewers up for you? I would tell you that, they're going to want Alabama in there if they possibly can. Just the same way we talk about Notre Dame. Notre Dame wins this weekend. It doesn't even matter if they win this weekend. They're in the playoff as is. Now, whether or not they're the number 5 seed or like the 10 or 12 seed is going to depend on what happens against USC this weekend. Which I feel like they're probably going to beat the crap out of USC. That's just my feeling. But we'll see. This is a brand of football that Notre Dame plays. But we'll get into some of that. Obviously, recapping Oklahoma's statement win over Alabama. Now, Alabama was a lock, more or less. If they win this game, they're going to the conference championship as long as now you still got to beat Auburn this weekend. I think there's a lot of people in Tuscaloosa that are worried about Bama losing that game as well. Do you feel like they're in danger even at home against Auburn? There's a blueprint out there now, isn't there? I mean, there is a blueprint.
Yeah, here's the thing is like oftentimes when you're in the mix after a tough loss, it might give that outlook, but I don't see them. I could be wrong. I just don't see them losing at home after they lost on the road to us.
Yeah, I don't really either. But I do think, like I said, there is a blueprint out there,
right?
How to beat them. This is Oklahoma kind of borrowed the blueprint that Vanderbilt used, and really that's the same thing that Tennessee tried to do to them as well. If you can take the running game away from Milroe and keep him in that pocket, you're going to have an opportunity to kind of shut that down.
Right. You know what I'm thinking though, Jason?
60 rushing yards against Oklahoma. Right. That was a dominant effort on the OU offense or defense.
What I'm thinking though is Auburn plays our type of game, so this will be actually Alabama's final exam to see if they understand what keeps beating them and make the final adjustments. If they don't, they could be in for a rude awakening.
I think so too. And I mean, I think that they're in for one anyway. It's at this point with Alabama, they're I think that as crazy as it sounds, Kalen DeBoer is embattled in his first year as head coach of the Crimson Tide. It's wild,
It's wild, ain't it? It's like, if anything, it's his first year. Yeah, he's gonna have some stuff that happen, but man, I was in one of their chats last night. Ooh wee! They are not playing nice.
Yeah,
because they said if they lose by 3 to Auburn, it's over.
Oh, if they lose to Auburn, it's over for DeBoer? Yeah, I don't know though. I don't know what his buyout is and stuff like that. Like, I couldn't really tell you exactly what that is, and I have a hard time believing that they would really have that much of a knee jerk. But we heard from Lisa Rawls that what she was saying, she feels like a lot of the money from the donor money is dried up right now, that they're not happy with him. And so I don't know that that's necessarily the case. Now, Chris E saying the only way Bama gets in is if Arizona State loses the Big 12 Conference Championship game. I don't know that that's the case. Because either way, only one team from the Big 12 is going in. I mean, if you think that you're getting 2 whenever you're probably going to get 2 from the ACC, it's not happening. It's not happening. They don't, and right now they don't even look at the Big 12. It's just been too much. I think it's been too much carnage. Too much carnage. Kind of similar to what happened, obviously in the SEC. But they're going to choose their.
Who snuck in is ACC.
Huh?
ACC has snuck 2 in.
More than likely, yeah, because you got SMU and Miami. If they can both win this weekend, and if they don't, then Clemson probably slides in.
Yeah.
So you're gonna both of the teams that get to the championship game are gonna get there.
Yeah.
So if one of them loses, you're gonna get them in there. The Big 12's got to make one at least. The Big 12's got to at least make one, because of the fact that they'll have their conference champion, so they'll get in for sure. But it'll only be one. It's only going to be one.
Yeah, I see you, Chris. Yeah, Tulane surprised me last night being in the flow.
Tulane is good, and I was just fixing to pull that up. Hold on just a second here.
I see you, Chris. Big salute.
Yeah, you've got SMU. Right now, you still have SMU in there and Miami, right? And that's who they're showing as the 2. The next one in would definitely be Clemson, depending on what happens with them this week. Now, they could lose the South Carolina game. Now, they've lost it twice in the last 3 years, I think. So it's not out of the realm of possibility for them to do that. I don't know that you expect it or not, but as far as Tulane is concerned, let's see. Let's go ahead and look at the entirety of it. The bracket in the new top 25. Let's see. So the top 25 right now, they're showing Boise State being the number 1. they're the highest rank of either
Right.
Big 12 or Group of 5 schools that are going to be conference champions. So they're going to be ahead in. I mean, that just tells you right there that the Big 12 itself is not looking good because they're not even going to slot them above Boise State, which
Right.
if they just win out, I mean, they win their conference championship game, they win their game this weekend against Oregon State, they're going to be the number 4 seed. That's clear. As far as Tulane's offensive coordinator, that's Craddock. I don't know who I could say. I think that he's still in the running. I think they've been talking a lot about these guys, but welcome into the show. Boom Time Guns, My Gun Sweetness, Ryman Lemon. Let's see. Adjust the Hat, David Whitehead, Chris and Chris E. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm not sure that we end up getting him or if we don't, but if they're in the playoff, you're going to wait until he's done because they're
Yep.
that playoff.
Well, that's the same thing with Stein. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but I don't think Stein is really in the running at this point. It's from what we're understanding. I don't think he is.
Stop running in my dreams. It's my dream.
I'm the one that brought him up. What you mean?
I'm being messy. I'm just happy. You're good.
No, so yeah, the rest of it, the first round matchups as it is right now, if everything stays the same, you're going to have 2 ACC schools. You're only going to get 1 Big 12, and you're only going to get and Boise State is going to slide in front.
Yep.
So you need chalk to prevail. If you're you need chaos if you're Alabama. And believe me, if you end up with, whether it be, let's say there's going to be a 3-loss second team in the Big 12, no matter what.
Right.
They're not getting in over a 3-loss Alabama in the SEC. It's not happening, boys and girls. Not happening. Their champion's going to get in. Nobody else. And Clemson slides in front of SMU or Miami if they were to lose.
Yeah.
As long as they win this weekend.
Yeah.
There'd have to be all kinds of crazy shit. What are we talking about? Cap, what are you doing? What are you? Yeah, see yourself out, Lemon.
Ryman Lemon. Good morning.
Indiana will get their chance for humiliation on the big stage, and it'll be clear that not all one-loss teams are the same. Look, I do think that here's the thing. I think that there's danger here that if you don't get that 4th SEC team in, and you've got a team like Indiana in, and you've got, you watch Boise State come in, they better look good in that. They better look good, but oh, man. I mean, you figure they're going to get the number 5.
Yeah.
You got to expect them to get the number 5. Or even if it was the 12, let's say like it's a number 12 Alabama team. They're probably going to get embarrassed in that game. That'll be the end of all of that. There already should probably the group of 6, group of 5, whatever you call it, should probably they need to have their own playoff, really, in my opinion. But they will want them to get crushed. They will want them to get crushed. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think it looks good. Sucks we got to wait till next year to get in a 12-team playoff. Yeah, but it is what it is. T Boomer, welcome into the show. Zofix. Let's see. Benji. What's up, dog? You know that ain't getting on the screen, but welcome in. Really trying to get more Big 10 teams in. It seems, well, they're definitely going to get 4. I think that the hope between the SEC and the Big 10 or the expectation, I think, between the SEC and the Big 10 is to get 8 of the 12. And they really would like to have more, but they expect 8 of the 12. I think that that's clear. Whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. Too many teams with weak strength of what's SR? The strength of it's just I'm having a brain fart right now. to getting recognition by the committee. You're talking like strength of schedule, strength of wins, that kind of stuff. Boom time. Yeah, I agree. Indiana versus who's this? This has got to be. Who said that? Yeah, no, I knew that was coming from Hankster. Indiana versus Notre Dame, and let it get sorted out. Notre Dame is one of the best teams in the country, but it would get sorted out all right. I don't think that I didn't see nothing that out of Indiana in the last 2 weeks that I watched them play, and I watched them play, and I was hoping that I saw something that made me think, yeah, maybe they really are that. They're not. They're not. They don't got the. You guys talk about Jimmys and Joes all the time. They ain't got them.
Yeah.
There ain't going to be no 3 ACC teams. That ain't happening. No, that ain't happening.
Because the way I look at it is like the Big Ten, it's possible to get 4 for sure. But the ACC is the one that surprised everybody and having a stronger showing this season.
Well, yeah, I guess it's a surprise for SMU because you haven't been used to seeing that.
Right.
I mean, they won the AAC last year, and should have probably been in a New Year's Six game, but they got who was it that went in from?
I thought they moved this year. They moved last year.
No,
to the ACC.
AAC, not the ACC. They were in the AAC last year. They should have been a New Year's Six game in front of like Liberty. Of course, so should have Oklahoma, but they should have been the highest ranked to get that slot because that's how it worked out last year.
Right.
But I don't see. Let's see. SMU, Clemson, and Miami went out. It'll be SMU versus Miami in the conference championship game. No, they're not going to put in. They're not going to put in 3. That's all I know. They're not going to put in 3. That's not going to happen. Still not shit on these Roll Tide, War Eagle, MFs. Can't tell me shit down here in Alabama, says Derek Hamilton. Welcome into the show there, Derek.
Big salute.
Good stuff.
Hamilton.
Just have a feeling that Bama backdoors into the CFP is long. Hey, now this is more likely than them sticking in Clemson or anybody. Listen, Clemson hasn't been playing the game, and here's the other thing you got to think about with Clemson. Remember Florida State last year? They were undefeated and didn't get in. I know this is playoff. You think they're going to put a 3rd ACC team in when they didn't stick an undefeated team in there last year in the 4 team?
It's going to be. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry. That's crazy.
It is.
I'm glad you brought that up because anything possible now after leaving out Florida State because of a quarterback injury.
Well, and you look and see kind of where that's headed. I mean, not to help out, not to give any love to Danny Cannell and his conspiracy theories or anything like that. But I mean, if you listen to what everybody's saying, this is how it's going to go down. And looking at what Adam McClintock is saying, his projections right now, he's projecting it saying it's going to remain Oregon 1, Ohio State at 2. He's got 3 Texas. This is, of course, assuming that Texas is able to win the game this weekend, the Lone Star Showdown. Number 4, Penn State, which I think is ridiculous. Number 5, Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame ought to be in front of them. Miami after that, then Georgia at number 7, 8, Tennessee. This is the CFB professor. The CFB professor, we've had him on before. Their projections have been dead on for about the last 10 years. They've never missed a top 25 in the college football playoff era. So their projections are money. Number 10, Indiana, 11, Boise, 12, Clemson. Now, that means that they're showing that actually they are showing that. But if they win out, maybe they do end up. I don't see it, man. I think something.
You don't see it?
Something gets screwy there. I have a hard time believing. It just kind of depends, I guess. Well, all the stuff that did happen last weekend, when you see that Bama lost, so did Ole Miss, and both of them to 5-5 teams, that gives them a bad look, right? And the truth is I mean, we didn't even expect Oklahoma to win. I mean, I was hoping that they could put up a good game. They clearly won it, and I think that there's clearly they're leaking oil at Bama. They still want them in the playoff if you're ESPN. They still want them in the playoff. And for that matter, I would say that Fox does too. Maybe not.
Yeah, but then,
it's all about
the thing
ratings.
about it is this 12-team playoffs has raised the NCAA level to where viewerships have doubled.
Yeah. It is a possibility.
Yeah, games that we used to think that were just yarners aren't yarners because they're just fighting. We're fighting to be bowl eligible, like a lot of other teams, and so no matter who we play, you're gonna get our best. So these games you slip up, you're gonna get caught.
Mm-hmm. The loss to, and I'll say this, to Boom Time saying that Notre Dame doesn't belong in the NIU. That's week 2, and that was they were breaking in a new offensive coordinator on that with Mike Denbrock. That's a different football team today. They beat up on teams that are everybody expected to be really good. You've had ranked teams that they've beaten all throughout the season. They beat Texas A&M, who, if they are to win this game this weekend, they're going to have a shot by getting into the SEC championship game. I'm going to tell you now, Notre Dame has as good of a resume as anybody up at the top.
Yeah.
They've got 2 top 25 wins. They've got 6 quality wins, according to the CFB professor. And they have a high game control of 27.4. I don't remember exactly. The poll high game control of 27.4. They're going to be able to sustain a loss even and still get in. They're going to the playoff. But
they're not going to lose against SC.
They're not going to lose to SC. They're not losing to SC. I'm telling you, at the beginning of the year, beating Texas A&M on the road, and Texas A&M even if they get beat by Texas today, that's still a big time quality win on the road.
Yeah.
And if they go through and they beat everybody else, it's crazy. OU's record against top 25 teams that are still top 25, they got 2 wins. Now we'll see. They would also have 1, 2, 3, like 2 and 3, right?
Yeah.
2 and 3 against top 25.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Boom Time. I get it. Nobody loves Notre Dame. I understand that. I'm just telling you that. And I want to tell you the other thing. If you want my opinion, they're one of the best teams in the country. They could win the whole damn thing. They could win the whole thing. They have a defense that can win the whole thing. They have an offense that 2 nasty running backs and a quarterback that can run it and throw now. By the time, the NIL game was what it was, and they didn't, or the NLI game. The point, Notre Dame's resume is not better than Penn State's. Yes, it is. They got a better resume. Penn State hasn't beat. Who's Penn State beating that's good? Who's Penn State beating at the top?
That must be Benji.
Of course it's Benji. Yeah. He's just being a hater.
And Benji better take care of A&M first. Don't look nowhere else.
Look, man, and that's not we know that's not an easy play. I'm telling you that, he's talking that trash, but what happens? I bet you, what are you going to say about if your guys lose to Texas A&M this weekend? What about them? What are you going to think then there, Benji? The chaos that's happened this season, anyone could win the whole damn thing. Oh, yeah. I think that I don't know about anyone. I wouldn't expect the ACC teams ain't winning it. Boise ain't winning it. Arizona State ain't winning it. BYU ain't winning it. One of the teams, Notre Dame the Big Ten teams or the SEC teams. Not happening. Not happening.
What do you think of Oregon?
I like them. You know why I like them? I like them because their defense has gotten a ton better. They've been able to withstand playing in that slug it out, some of those slug it out games in the Big Ten. Now, here's what I would tell you. I don't like the Big Ten. I don't think that the Big Ten is that great, top to bottom. I think it's top heavy. But I don't think that the Big Ten's that good. Now, what I will say is like the teams that you expect to be a tough out from week to week. Luke Fickell's teams this is year 3 at Wisconsin. They didn't really get a bunch of the wins that you were hoping maybe they get 1 or 2 or whatever to show that they're getting there. They fired Phil Longo, their OC. They're probably, but that's going to be a well-coached team, and they're able to kind of do some things. Tawi did some amazing things there.
Yeah, he has.
Right? I think that was big for them.
Yeah, and defense wins championships. So if you could stop your opponent more than you can, then hey, that's what wins championships. So whenever you look at these teams, see what they rank on the defensive side.
Ryman Lemon, do you know who comes in with Quinn hurt? What do you think that does to the ratings? They're not doing that to Texas. I wish this was true. I wish this was true. It's like leaving Notre Dame out. Not happening. Not happening.
I'm just interested. I'm really interested in Tulane. That intrigues me. Politics
is politics if you're Florida State, bro.
Yeah.
Florida State didn't have Arch Manning coming in. They didn't have Arch Manning coming in.
All right, bro. I got to get.
All right, man.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Big salute.
Thanks for coming in. Well, hey, give us your score. Give us your score prediction.
Oh man. Hey, 24-3 again.
24-3 again?
Yeah.
We're going to have a repeat from last weekend. All right. Let's check it out. We'll see. Thanks for coming, Bishop Frank. Happy Thanksgiving.
Hey, no problem. Hey, appreciate everybody. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, and make sure stand 10 toes down through the fire. That's how we get down. Boomer.
Sooner. See you later, man. All right. Bishop Frank. He's our boy, man. I'm glad to see him in here. Thanks for coming in, Bishop Frank. All right. Zayas, what's up, my guy? Good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. Believe they are 2-5 with their 2 wins against Tulane and Alabama. Wait, who are we talking about? 2-5. Oh, Dilligal saying Oklahoma's 2-5 losses to Texas. South Carolina's top 25. Oh, I forgot about them. Tennessee, Ole Miss, and Mizzou. Is Mizzou still in the damn top 25? They are. Unbelievable. I still can't believe we lost that game. Yeah, that was bad. Not good. Yeah. Yep. Not good. 34-24 says Sooner Cowboys. Are we picking OU to win, Sooner Cowboys? Go figure. T-Boomer, 35-10. Make it the most expensive game and have A&M versus SMU. That would really stir up the boosters in the state of Texas. You mean in that game? Yeah, it's going to be kind of weird. You're going to have to – the only way that A&M gets in, they're going to have to get one of those buys. They would have to get one of the buy games because they'll be a conference champion. Even if they beat Texas, I'm looking at it now. They'll have 4 losses if they lose in the conference championship game. They'll have 4 losses. So – hope you don't jinx it. That's what I was fixing to say. 31-20 OU, 17-3 OU. Steve Rollo, 24-10 OU. Okay. Boom Time says 18-3 OU. I love it. I love it. Chris E. If Ole Miss misses the CFP, it will be a shame. They have a complete team that can win the championship, and they let Florida ruin it. Yeah. Ole Miss's defense is legit. You're right. I agree with you on this. But that's old Lane whiffing for you. They've had a team that could. Well, I don't know that they could have necessarily won it the last few years, not in the 14 playoff because it's just so tight. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that talent-wise, yeah, but Jackson, that's the Jackson Dart thing too. Him and Lane, yeah, bad deal. Dilly guy says 17-0 OU. Chris says 24-20 LSU. Okay, Texas fan, go figure. All right. No, that's all right. I was waiting to see who would be the one. LSU will put up more points being at home, says Zofix. Okay. Did you put a score in there? Did I already read it? Benji, think LSU game will be close, but I think OU gets it done running the ball late, 16-14. Okay. Okay. Ryman. They're not getting in. It's dead. They're toast. I think Alabama, by virtue of having beaten Georgia, and Georgia's pretty good as long as they can't lose, but they control their destiny. All depends on if LSU is quit on Kelly. That's the thing that I'm kind of waiting to talk about here. I don't know where Legend's at. I've texted him. He was, I sent him the link. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know. We don't have Mike Bogan here. Nobody. All right. Well, I'm only going for a little while though today because I got to get to work early. So we'll continue for now and then go from there. All right. Now, obviously going back, let's look back one more time at this Alabama game and why, look, if you're OU right now, you've got an opportunity to have you got some good feelings, obviously, coming off of that game. There's probably one of the bigger wins in OU history. I don't want to say it that way. In recent history, because of the fact of the way you've looked in the SEC. The only win up until this point had come against Alabama, who's been bad. Now, obviously, they beat Texas A&M or Auburn, who was bad. They beat Texas A&M last weekend in, what was it, quadruple overtime, whatever it was. How do they go? How does that end up? We'll talk about that more later, but I don't love the 2-point conversion stuff. They should start off they got to do something different with that. Why are you so worried about it going long? I don't get it. I actually have a job. Yeah, I have a job. Man, I work hard to put this show out all the time, Rolo. There's a lot to it. 38-17 OU says Zofix, 17-14, and O Schmidt goes 1 for 3, but hits the game one. Damn, Hangster. That's detailed. Thank you, brother. Like it. Auburn's going to end Bama's playoff chances. Yeah, I don't know that that's what they at Bama want. And he's pretty popular, to be honest with you, surprisingly enough. It's who's catching all the flack is DeBoer. Of course, DeBoer's getting all the money, so I don't know. It's possible. If it was at Auburn, I could agree with it too, though, and that's what Chris is saying from Texas. So I agree. I think it's tough for Auburn to win this one. 6 shots aside, no, I don't even know you like that. I don't give nobody shots until I've seen them play. What's your handicap? And I got to see it like for real. You can't just tell me what your handicap is, but what might it be? Following a legend. Oh, hell yeah. It's tough. Look, man, but if these guys are worth the shit, you got to look, if you're worth your salt and you get offered the Alabama job, you got to take your Alabama job. You got to do it. He didn't have a choice. He had to do it. Rolo. Don't jinx the kid. Well, the other guy's back, isn't he? Who's the guy that was kicking at the first of the year? The kid from Florida State. He was nailing everything. Then he got hurt. Is he not well again? A struggling 12? Come on, man. I can be a 12 sometimes. Get out of here with that shit. I don't even play that much. I haven't played that much golf lately. No, I ain't giving you 6 shots aside. Get the fuck out of here. Are you insane? No, I don't trust you. Saban, I believe, was 500 his first year at Alabama. And listen, but here's the difference, though. And this is something I don't know if you guys watched this show. I'm trying to remember what it was called again. It's a old time radio show. It's been around for a while at Alabama, but oh, damn it. I'll forget. Anyways, they have some guy that comes on and he's hilarious, but everything he says, he'll be like, Roll Tide. It's kind of wild, but yeah, I play golf. But they were talking about they want him fired and all this kind of stuff. And it's wild to me that would be where you are. But he was right when he said this, and it was a joke. It was, obviously a skit part, but he was talking about, look, it's a different deal that he came in and Saban came in and inherited what got left to him by Shula, which wasn't the same thing. When you're Kalen DeBoer, you come in and you inherit the best roster in the country. So it's 3 losses. I don't think it's that damn bad. I wouldn't fire the guy right away, but we're also not in Tuscaloosa. So I don't know, man. Here's what I would tell you is Lisa Rawls was talking about that the money from the donors is drying up. If that happens, they will fire him. If they'll pay to fire him, they'll do it. Because that's what it ends up at. Hell yeah, come on. Hey, there's actually a pretty good golf course here where I'm at right here at Rockwind that Freddie Couples designed, and they could set that sucker up where you couldn't break a damn 100, if the wind's blowing at all. DeBoer lost 27 kids to the portal or decommits. Yeah. Is that right? Yikes. See? Yeah, Saban came in, the wallets opened. Here's the difference. The wallets opened up with Nick Saban. They're starting to close with Kalen DeBoer. They will fire his ass. Derek, you hit the nail on the head. If we somehow beat LSU and win the bowl game, if we lose to LSU in Death Valley and win the bowl game and go 7-6, it is successful just considering what you're talking about here. The Mizzou shit is ridiculous. But aside from that, there's not any losses that you're like, wow, that's a terrible loss. What's up there, legend?
What's going on, Jason?
You're late to the party again? What the hell?
I'm sorry, bro. I had to put some food in the belly, and my sister I had to go up to my sister's and fix a backed up sink. Okay. Doing plumbing this early in the morning, huh? Yeah, I'm not sure I buy that bullshit. I've been the wrong kind of plumber this morning.
I get it. All right. Rolla. Oh, yeah. Keltner. Yeah, he had appendicitis. Yeah, he should be back, right?
Yeah.
Bama needs to clean house. Can't stop the run and can't get to quarterbacks. Offense also trash. But the offense being trash is probably a Milroe thing because Milroe is limited in his passing ability. If you can take away the run from him, same with you look at some of these guys like Jalen Hurts, same thing. We saw that when he was at Oklahoma, why he wasn't their number one anymore at Bama. Mm-hmm. And look, I know he's done well in the NFL. He's not won the Super Bowl, just like Lamar hasn't won but one playoff game. These guys that don't hit that medium range pass, that they're not super accurate on it, they don't win those playoff games against these guys because you've got to squeeze balls in and they don't do it. You can't be off like that. Now, it's good to have your athleticism, but if they can shut down the run, you're toast.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. And I think that's look, I like Jalen Milroe. I think he's a great athlete. And I think that he's got a big arm. But the expectation coming in this year that you kept hearing from all these Alabama fans that they had retooled the way his delivery was, and he was throwing it a lot more accurate and blah, blah, blah. And his accuracy was actually, they did a good job with him last year and had him right around 70%, right? But it was because they did the same thing that Lincoln used to do. Remember with Jalen, what did he do? Out of the backfield passes, 5 to 7 yards at most, and then the deep ball to CeeDee Lamb. That's all they did.
Yep.
Right? So that's what they were doing. They were doing that with Milroe last year. Now they believed in that arm or whatever. Come on, man. That way he proved it the other night. He's not going to make those throws. He's not going to make those throws. So to me, I think that you end up with, he brought the guy in from Washington that he liked. I wouldn't be surprised if you see him. They also look, the guy they got coming from, from Texas, stud, straight up stud, 5-star kid, coming from Duncanville. This guy can go. He's got everything. He can throw it. He can make every throw. He's also fast. He's going to be one of those dudes. That's a different deal. I think that they got to give this guy some time. Literally, guys, you know what? He's lost 3 games. So that means he's lost 15 games as a head coach in his career. 15 games.
Yes, sir.
That's Venables has lost more than that in 3 years. Now, to be fair to Venables, we know what he inherited. It's kind of the same thing that, like, when people were talking about what did Nick Saban inherit? Trash. What did Kalen DeBoer inherit? Not trash. He just didn't inherit a great situation with their quarterback. And I don't even think, I think that they needed to do a better job of putting him in good positions to win.
You're right, Jason.
To do good things. I don't know. Dude, the Duncanville quarterback is a stud, bro. He was the SMU, and he shot up the rankings, but he was shooting up the rankings. The guy's I think he's lost 1 game in his career. That's it. Keelan Russell, that's him. Stud, man. Stud. I want Russell and flip DeCorian more. Boy, you stay on that. We all want stuff there. Sooner Cowboys. That ain't going down. If they were going to flip them anywhere, it would probably be to Oregon, where they've got Will Stein and, Rashad Samples.
Yeah.
Wish we had Jalen at quarterback this year. Yeah, Jalen at quarterback this year. Jalen Hurts at quarterback this year. Yeah. I don't know how much it would have mattered. He's going to Bama, yeah. He is.
Yeah.
He's going to Bama. I think it's pretty much locked in.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
First year. I don't know. I'm not one of these people that's telling you that you need to fire Kalen DeBoer yet. I'm not that dude. Now, I'm also not as locked in with some of these folks that are, because there are some people that are in the know around Alabama that do believe it. There's a few of them, but I would say that I don't really see it happening yet. I think that, but here's the one thing I said it a minute ago, and I'll say it one more time. When the purse strings lock up, so does your job.
Yeah. You are right.
You're not getting Keelan Russell and those guys if they don't decide to pay their NIL deals.
I wonder why Kalen DeBoer didn't shake Brent Venables' hand the other night.
He was a little pissy about I don't think it was a pissed off at BV thing. I think he wasn't very happy about people storming the field early.
Yeah.
And then being, I think he just tried to get off the field.
Yeah.
Or anything. I don't think he was being a bad sport or anything.
Nah.
Colin Simmons, yes, stud, straight up. Tear down their program fast to pre-Saban era if they're going to go merry-go-round coaches. Yeah, listen, man, it happened. You would know. Texas fan. Texas fans would know. Alabama QB right now, Jalen. Oh, you would take Jalen Milroe? I would take Jalen Milroe right now.
Yeah.
I think he's better. Yeah. Don't get me talking bad about Jackson Arnold. That's not what I'm trying to do.
No.
I'm not trying to do that. But I do think that, I think he's the better player. I don't think that anybody would say otherwise, probably. But Oklahoma made him look like he was trash.
Yeah.
They did. And Mike, we talked about this a lot. What did this do for the program, you think, as far as like this? How big of a win do you think this really was for them?
For OU?
Mm-hmm.
This was big time. This win to me. I'm glad you asked that, Jason. This win to me just went to prove that if OU had the right mix of I'm just going to say this.
Say it all. Yeah.
This game proved that if OU had the right mix in the OC and a quarterback, we wouldn't be 6-5 right now.
Yeah, well, and you needed both. Well, you needed I think if you have the right OC, these quarterbacks are fine, right?
Yeah.
If Jeff Levy stays, these quarterbacks are fine.
Oh, if Jeff Levy would have stayed, these quarterbacks would have been golden, Pony Boy. I mean, no doubt. But as far as this win did so much for the program that nobody can even realize. I mean,
yeah, I think if for nothing else, I think it showed them. You know, when I was watching, I didn't even watch it until last night, but I watched Gabe and Teddy what they were talking about on Sunday. I usually don't try to watch them right away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. I usually wait till later in the week.
Mm-hmm.
But they were talking about whenever they got that touchdown right before the half, you know, when X-Rob barrels into the end zone, gets the dive in like that it was early on already. You could tell that they were like, okay, we can play with these guys. They're not unbeatable. You know, they're not, this isn't an NFL team. We're putting it on them, you know. They knew that they were the more physical team, but when they got that touchdown at the end of the half, they're like, we're going to win the game. Yeah. So to me, I think that it's a huge difference how far they've come because of the fact, I mean, I'll tell you what, I give a lot of credit to what Marcus Dent said to me on Monday. He told me on Monday, he said, look, think about where they were 4 weeks ago, month ago, 4 games ago, whatever you want to call it. It's not like Joe John and Kevin Johns had them for what? It's not like they had them since spring. It's not like they had them throughout the fall to where they were working their system and figuring it out. They've had to take a team with now minus its 6 top receivers. Yeah. Because you're not getting Brendan Thompson back this week. Not happening. No. He was in a boot. 6, all 6 of them gone. To take that team plus what was going on with the offensive line, and what I'll tell you is what I've noticed is this O-line is the real deal. You don't need to go crazy in the portal for O-linemen because to be honest with you, if they're in the portal and they're allowed to go into the portal by their team, unless they're a G5 team or something like that, they're probably not that good. And the group of 5s and some of these other ones aren't as good as you think they might be anyway, even if they're grading out.
Benji, it was a program-changing win because, for one, it saved BV's job.
It certainly did that, but
and it also helped recruit.
You know that's a freaking timeout. That's a timeout comment, and just because you even say don't put me in timeout, come on, man. It isn't program changing. It was a hell of a boost to bullshit. It is program changing. The reason it's program changing is because you now know you can play with the best of the SEC.
You can.
Was it not huge for you guys to beat them? They still have the most talented roster in the country.
They had 17 freaking 5-stars on that team.
17 5 stars. Thank
They
you.
had 17 5-stars.
This is a no, Ryman. Nope. He wasn't going to necessarily lose his job, but he was going to. He was more on the hot seat than you know. If they get blown out of that game, he could have lost his job. If they get blown out of that game at home, they might have pulled the plug.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this a lot. There's a lot of people saying a lot of things, and you know as well as I do that these programs and you've seen it there at Texas. They pull the plug on you. Who thought that they were going to pull the plug on Tom Herman that quick? And he just played in the conference championship the year before that.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
I didn't see it. And so I would just tell you that no, he wasn't necessarily going to lose his job, but if he got blown out, he could have. He absolutely could have.
Very well.
Stink ass cat. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, stink ass cat in the house.
That's my guy.
Yeah.
Boom time. Yeah. Kevin Johns to stay as the QB coach. It would be cool if he stays. Look, I would tell you this. This is probably not going to happen again. And that's what I was trying to get into. What Marcus said the other morning, that if you look back a month and now to today, the difference in this program is night and day, is on the offensive side of the football. Even the fact that they were able to put together, and I don't know, I feel like that had Kevin Johns' fingerprints all over it, that game plan the other day, right?
Yeah.
People want to give it to Joe John. Fine. Okay. I don't care. I'm not hating on Joe John right now.
Me either.
Now, I think that Joe John can't save his job because I think that the culpability part with Seth Luttrell, which, by the way, I did want to bring this up anyway. Brent Venables' admission yesterday that he made a mistake.
Yep.
With Seth Luttrell.
Mm-hmm.
First, I thought that was surprised me a little bit because, you know, for better or worse, I don't think it was really his decision anyway. As we've talked about, he's accountable to a fault for what he is, for what this football team is.
Yep.
But it's huge, though, because I think that a large portion of the fan base did want to hear him say that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I tell you,
ATX, what's up, my guy? Good to see you.
Yeah, what's up, ATX?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Well,
no, I think it was huge because, I mean, for him to make that admission, right? I think a lot of the fan base wanted to hear that from Coach V.
Yeah. That admission was when he said it, I was like, okay, all right, BB. You know, and like you say, Jason, he's accountable to a fault. But what I was going to say is in the past 4 games, OU has had the same players on the offensive line. And you've seen what happens when the way this season has went out. You saw continuity and gel on that offensive line Saturday night because they play. Spencer Brown played a hell of a game.
That's the biggest thing, and it's where I kind of piggybacked off of Marcus Dent. What he said a month ago, you couldn't put Spencer Brown in the game against the worst.
I know.
Look, one thing that we know that Alabama hasn't had a problem on their D line.
No,
they're huge. They're huge, talented.
Very
that hasn't been their issue. They were moving their asses the other day, and Spencer Brown was one of them moving their asses the other day.
Yeah, they were moving furniture.
Moving furniture. Isaiah Autry-Dent, when he got in there, he looked good. EPL looked damn good the other night.
Yep.
Damn good, right? Fabechi Wiwu, he's coming back next year. He looked really good on that side too. But the freshman on the other side, Logan Howland, Heath Ozida, moving furniture. They've locked it down on that side.
Yeah.
They've locked it down on that side. You got the Jakes coming back next year.
Yep.
Well, Taylor played a little bit the other night, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he played a little bit.
Yeah. But this offensive line group is finally starting to come together.
And I think this also goes to show, as far as Spencer Brown, could this be a one-game chump? Who knows? But I tell you what, who was in charge of all this? Bill Bedenbaugh.
Well, the point is yes, if you were, and Coach said it last night. I mean, and he said it in words that we don't necessarily have to use this morning, but shut the fuck up about Bill Bedenbaugh.
Yeah.
Quit talking crap about Big Bill. He ain't the one. He is able to get these guys. I mean, the fact is, when you have to mix and match all year, it's hard to get any offensive line to gel, especially when they're playing in the SEC for the first year.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Jason, because look how many times we change. We play this past year, Jason, you know as good as I do that on that offensive line, we was changing players like we were changing socks. It seemed like every Saturday we were playing with different players on that O-line. And
it doesn't seem like it. It was every Saturday until the last month, pretty much.
Yeah. And now that you've got the fellers with 3 or 4 games under the belt, especially this Bama, they're battle tested.
That's right.
Iron sharpens iron.
Not only that, they pulled this shit off without any damn receivers, pretty much.
Yes.
Bunch of newbies. I mean, who you got left? You're even Zion Kearney was limping around. The times that I saw him coming out, he was limping off the field. Zion Reagan's a little dude, but I mean, he was out there giving it his best. He didn't get a ton out of it, but he's going to be an explosive kind of player. We didn't see much out of Petaway. That I still don't know what happened. They put his ass on a milk carton.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He's going to look, man, there's a lot. You look at what this is, our guy a minute ago said it. This is a success. If you get to 7-6, the fact that you got bowl eligible and did that against Alabama controlled their own destiny, had a 14.5 point. They were given 14.5 in Norman.
Yeah.
And you didn't beat them. You beat the shit out of them. Completely beat their ass.
If Byron Sharp hadn't dropped that pass, wide open pass.
Oh yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, you're looking at 34-3.
Think about it. Before that touchdown, before the half, they had been in the red zone 5 times in the half, and they had 3 points to show for it.
Yeah.
They'd gotten 1 field goal out of 5 red zone trips and up until that point in the first half. Guys, it could have been worse.
Could have been
worse. They totally got them.
But I would like to say that if somebody would have told me at 10 o'clock that morning OU was going to win by 21 points, I'd be saying share those edibles with me, buddy.
Yeah, please hand some over, please. Yeah, missed field goal was another one. Yep, no doubt, Mars.
Yeah. But all in all, Jason, I thought in that game when Danny Stutsman popped Jalen Milroe, I said, we got a chance to win this thing. Because I mean, I feel, and you and I have talked about this on the phone, I feel that when Stutsman popped Jalen Milroe was not the same the rest of that game.
Hell no, he wasn't the same. Hell no, he wasn't the same. There's some stuff that happened with Petaway and Seth Luttrell that caused him to not be the same the rest of the year. I'm not going to say what it was. It's stuff I've heard. I don't want to burn the person that told me that, and it's definitely not out there anywhere else. So I'm not going to. But Petaway, I'm not putting that on Pet. No, I'm putting that along with a lot of this other shit on Seth Luttrell, which, despite the fact that Coach V took all the responsibility for it, which was good for him, it wasn't just on Coach Venables. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Yeah. It was big, though, for him to do that. It was big for him to do that. He needed it. And no, Milroe did not want that smoke. Listen, remember that last play before that last first down that Alabama got before the half? Milroe runs around that left side, gets over that first down line, and hit the fucking ground.
Yeah.
He didn't get hit. He went down.
Yeah. Yeah, and then if you seen the rest of the night, when we would even get a good amount of pressure on him, he was taking a knee. You know.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well, it seemed like, Chris talked about, he needs to go get a tight end in the portal. Sharp isn't it? I think that Sharp could definitely be a little better next year, but I agree with you. He's not the guy. I'd love to see some more Caden Helms, but you got to go get somebody. But to do this, what's that going to require? You're going to have to go get a new tight ends coach.
Uh-huh.
You got to go get a new tight ends coach. And this is why, again, I think that in the end, they're not going to allow Joe John to be not culpable in some way, shape, or form for being the co-coordinator. Have they changed things and fixed things? Sure. But he probably just allowed and that game plan, I'm sure he had some bit of piece of it, and he was the one calling the play. So he was definitely in control of what they did. I think that I don't know that it was I feel like it had to have been at least part of the game plan to not put the ball in the air a ton. I know Gabe said otherwise. I don't know that I believe that. I don't think that on the fly he decided that.
No.
I just don't know if I believe it. You know what I mean? I could be way off on that, by the way. And far be it for me to disagree with Gabe Eichert. But I would just say that I don't know about that, man. You know what I mean? It just doesn't feel like he has that in him. Need to see Devon Mitchell play. Well, I think you will at some point, but Devon has to get his shit together in class from what I heard. He's got to make sure he's getting it right with class and stuff. So,
man, I seen all that running going on Saturday night. I'm like, is Barry Switzer up there in the press box?
Yeah. I think Devon Mitchell has a chance to be that dude, though. Yeah. That dude. You look at his body. He's 6'4", but 250, carrying that weight well. He's a stud, bro. He's a stud. Yeah.
And I tell you what, X-Rob he's going to be that X factor next year.
Yeah, and I agree with you right there. That was Kevin John's game plan from Duke. I agree with you. And I think that a lot of it had to do with, I think it came from 2 weeks of preparation and watching what happened with them against Vanderbilt for sure, and the Tennessee game as well. Tennessee didn't shut them down the way that Oklahoma did. But Tennessee ran the ball against them like that. They used Nico a lot to run instead of they did a lot of that kind of same thing, right? Yeah, he's got some growing up to do, from what I understand.
Coach
Just
Rick.
like the airport heading back with the fam. Hey, Coach Rick's welcome. Appreciate it. Sorry you can't be on, man. We're only going to be on for about another 10, 15 minutes. I got to get out of here too. So, let's see. What was I about to say? Okay.
My great niece, she said, "Uncle, you're the cousin Eddie of the family." I'm like, what?
Whoa. Dang. Whoa, what time is it? Yeah, I definitely got to get out of here pretty quick.
But all in all, Jason, it gives us some momentum going into this coming up Saturday. Because, I'm still standing 10 toes down, and I've been telling you since November last year that we're going to upset LSU, and I'm still holding true to that.
Yeah.
Now,
right? Ryan, you trying to get kicked or what? Is the next show Friday? I think we're going to try to get it going Friday for sure. To talk a little bit more about this, but I want to talk about your trip before we get out of here.
Oh yeah,
you've been talking about this for a year. You've been predicting this upset. Now it's not looking as much like an upset now as it did then, right?
Right. Because LSU's down, but I would still consider it an upset.
Sure. Well, it is an upset. I said not as much of one. They're still expected to. I think they're giving 6.5 to Oklahoma still.
Wow.
Yeah. So it would
yeah,
be an upset. And
I will
winning
do
at
that.
night in LSU is not the easiest thing to do.
That's going to be a tough task. But I will be leaving to Baton Rouge Friday morning.
Friday morning.
And then after the game Saturday, win, lose, or draw, Sunday morning, I'm going to get up and head south down to the beautiful Pierre Port, Louisiana.
That's old Troy Landry country.
Yeah, I'm going to Duffy's. I got to get me some of his brother Ricky's seasonings.
Okay.
Called stuff. But I'm looking forward to this game because I've been to an LSU tailgate before. That was non-OU. It was another LSU game. And guys, let me tell you something. They rock it down there on LSU. If y'all have never been to,
yeah, it's gonna be something else down there with that, I think, as well. Oh, it looks like we got Bishop Frank back in here too. We got to hurry up and go. Bishop Frank, what's up? What you got? You're muted.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
The gumbo is on. The hot water cornbread is cooking. And the neck bones are saying, hello. As soon as I'm ready to win this game. Boomer.
All right. We got a couple minutes left. Let's see. All right. We got listen, I think it's going to be a fun trip for you, but now I actually think I wasn't expecting them to come apart by the end of the year. They usually have been feeling, by the time the end of the year comes along, as LSU seems to be playing a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It almost feels like if they lose this game, it would be 4 in a row. They might get rid of Brian Kelly's ass too.
Yeah.
Wow.
They owe him a lot of money though, so I don't know that they do, but
right.
I don't know, man.
At the end of the day, LSU's got a chip on the shoulder. OU's got a chip on the shoulder. They gonna be gator fighting Saturday night.
For sure.
But with that being said, I still think they're gonna win it by 3 to 7 points.
3 to 7, huh?
3 to 7.
Well, Mr. Frank, give him what did you say? Tell us again.
I told him 24-3.
24-3. So the exact same score as the Bama game. We're going to have a repeat. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I think it's probably more like, I could see it being 24-17, 24-21, something like that.
I'll put it like this. I really think our defense, they're in that bag right now. So it's just a matter of, long as we can stay away from the mistakes, we're elite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, that was what, the thing that we talked about a few minutes ago too, is that win the other day, it showed it doesn't really matter what everybody else thinks, but I will tell you that the rest of the SEC is like, oh shit. Because if they get an offense now, we're in trouble. And and the people that aren't fans of this, clip it, talk all the shit you want to, hold on to it and write it down, take a picture. I don't give a shit. Go ahead. Because I'm going to tell you now, Oklahoma with this defense, what, people at Alabama, I haven't heard very many of them saying this. And in fact, I even said it to Lisa Rawls on Twitter yesterday. I was like, you do realize that the last time that Alabama got beat, with Saban, by the way that they got beat this past weekend, Clemson, his defense, same shit.
Hey, Jason, before we get out of here, Derek, is Danny Okoye unhappy?
I don't think so.
I don't think he is either.
I'll see you soon, Cowboy.
Not that I see. Yeah, 34-24. OU. I don't think he is. Not that I've heard.
I ain't heard him.
Him and Big Mike talk quite a bit, I guess. I mean, like, it seems like Big Mike would know that. I haven't heard that. I'll ask around. I don't want to lose that kid either. I don't think anybody does.
No, nobody.
I think that Okoye wasn't going to get a ton of playing time this year because of what they had there. And you didn't want to. Now he's a freak of nature, and they know that. Don't make no mistake. They know that because,
Right.
I mean, they talked about it all the time. Danny tweeted something cryptic. Did he?
I
What-
just think that Kevin Johns is playing a bigger part than we would ever think, and that I'm seeing JFA
What does that have
having
to do with Danny
confidence to know
Okoye?
that his running game is strong, so he can pass when he can play action pass when need be.
Well, we're talking about Danny Okoye. What does that have to do with Jackson Arnold? What? Hold on, real quick. I was just trying to say. What did he say? What do you? Danny said this.
Yeah, Mars said it's out there that Danny is unhappy.
Just last month, you've been DY degrade. Oh, stay one place. D1. I don't understand what it says. What he's saying there. That is kind of a weird. Stay one place. I don't know, man. I'll put it to you this way. It seems like he's gonna stick with it. Tired of this crap, bro. Okay, man. Kids get upset about stuff sometimes. I didn't see that one. Where
You got to remember these are young kids.
Mm-hmm. You get upset about stuff. I don't know. I hope. Look. This is. I'll tell you this much though. This is what he deleted it. Okay, I'll say this. This is what this defensive staff is really good at, though. This is what Venables is really good at. This relationship recruiting. Remember, we talk about that all the time. They had to pay him to get him here. Make no mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Make no mistake about it. They're going to pay him again. But the other part is that now they're rough on you.
Yeah.
But I don't see him. I think that not even just the coaches and the relationship
Soul Mission
that they've built with Soul Mission and all that's not even just Soul Mission either.
No.
David Stone, that's his damn class.
Mm-hmm.
Glad you brought that up.
Benji, you ain't getting a Okoye.
They were there. I think they were closer than you think they were to getting a Okoye. They were closer than you than I. You know who else was? They were pretty damn close to getting Jaden Jackson. There's another David Stone. Get your ass over here. He was not happy whenever he went down there. Yes, he is. They were
now.
close.
I tell you, Jason, I've said this to you on the phone. We got another him coming in on this signing class.
Who?
Weatherford, Oklahoma. CJ Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him 4 games this year.
Stud.
He is a him.
No, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. Benji, Stone locked down the entire class.
Yeah.
He was the best.
Once he was in, they knew they were all in.
Mm-hmm. David, so that was his class. He held that class down in a way that's why I've said this. Look, you still, not only that, you still got Nigel Smith. There's guys that haven't really gotten their opportunity yet. That power line is real though.
Yeah, no doubt.
And
how do you think we got Jaden Jackson?
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. He was going to go to Texas. That was almost a done deal.
That was almost a done deal.
And David Stone's like, nope, not having it.
Not on my watch.
So this is not it. This is not it. And so he was unhappy seeing that. So a week later, Jaden's committed to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
What a freaking deal that was. The guy's a freaking starter from day one. Has been getting better and better week to week.
And guess what, Jason? It was the soul mission for the mom.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It was the soul mission for the mom it created a family.
Soul mission. It was that there was a lot of it's all of it together, but David Stone was the anchor to this group.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
24K class.
No. Give credit. There's no doubt.
No, I said it was all of it together is what I'm getting at. But he was the guy that, and I think he gets back control of this as well. If something's going on with Danny, they're boys, man. They've been boys.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be all right.
Yeah.
It'll be all right. I hope for sure. And Stoney is damn sure coming along nicely, Fatty. He's been looking much better the last few weeks. You're seeing him get a lot more reps out there. He's on
probably the next time we come around, we'll talk about that 105 and how we're going to trim some of this.
It's not going to trim. They're not going to trim it. You don't really have to trim. I think you're going to trim some of the guys that they're going to.
We're at 127 right now.
Okay. But that's scholarship guys. That it can be 105 scholarship guys.
Oh, scholarship guys, but they're not including the
We do need to talk about that because I think people are getting.
Yeah, we will.
I don't think that people really understand what this all means. I will say this: they're trying to be. But yeah, Stone will get a ton of run next year. He's going to be a stud. He's already getting a lot of it. Who are we talking about? Susi will be it sooner. Oh yeah, he already is. All right. Yep, guys, we'll get into more of that because some of that stuff that we're talking about with as far as the 105 and all that, that's actually an increase in scholarships. It may hurt your walk-ons, stuff like that with your PWOs. But I still think that you can substitute NIL for scholarships, and you just won't have to be able to have them on the active roster. The same way they have a practice squad in the NFL, it's going to come down to money. So it doesn't necessarily change it except for the rosters, the what you can have on the roster. And they still want the SEC still wants them to have 85 on there. So they got to get down to 105 on the roster though. I don't think it necessarily means that all those other dudes are out. And guys like Mike Gundy don't help that shit. No. Because this is more excuses for him to not be worth a shit at recruiting, is what that amounts to. I do hope Dominic Williams comes back also. I think he may. I don't know.
I'm hearing behind the scenes that he wants to come back.
I think so too. I think that everybody, and I don't know that he did enough to like make sure if you're a first rounder, you got to go. But if you're a day 3 guy, and you got another year that you can make some money because you made good money there this year, and you got an opportunity to make a big run. I would have a hard time leaving if I'm him. And in another relationship builder thing, they were going to pay him the same amount of money at LSU or Texas or even Mizzou, and he's Oklahoma. I think he needs a little better film also. Yeah. See, I do want to look into that sooner in Texas, and I think why is it going to stay 85 Scullies in 2025? I'm not sure what's going on with that. So I'm going to talk to a couple of guys that I know that do know a little more on that, and then we'll get into that some more. Some of this stuff is going to be things that we're going to end up, after the season is going on. I mean, we got to have stuff to talk about then, but coming up again, big deal. Hey, Legend, I'll talk to you. I know more, but I hope everybody. I want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. I hope everybody their holiday time with their family. Be safe out there, everybody. Don't be drinking and driving. I know a lot of people get out and enjoying their holiday festivities and stuff. Just eat lots of turkey and kick back on the couch, watch some good football, and you gotta be careful out there. All right, I appreciate everybody.
Y'all be sure not to get the full belly syndrome on Thanksgiving, which I know I will.
I'm going to. I don't have to go nowhere.
Happy Thanksgiving, and fried turkey is on the table. Big salute.
Mars Jams. Let me see. I don't know. I probably did. Let me check my email there, Mars Jams, before I go. See what he's talking about here.
Okay, Doc Holiday.
He's sleepy-headed. Yeah, he said he was doing plumbing earlier before. That's why he was like, my ass, I don't buy it.
No, I was. No, she had a backup sink, so I had to go up, and I'm like, damn, you're not supposed to pour grease down the doggone sink. I said it's going to collect, and then you're going to be in this. So,
no, Mike. Here's Mike Boganowski. What's up, big Mike?
Oh, look at it! Yes, sir.
What up? What up?
I had to pull up on y'all since I shorted you guys on Monday.
Yeah, well,
Bring it on, brother.
we're on the way out right now. So we got it. We could go about 5 minutes, but I got to get to work. I'm actually going to be late. So,
Oh man, what you
what's
working
up
on?
with you, man? What's up with you?
You working on a turkey? What's up? Some stuffing?
I got to go to work, man. I got a job. I got a job. I'm not retired yet.
I don't know what that's like. I forgot what that's like.
Yeah. No, I'm aware. Mars Jams, I'm not seeing anything from you. Did you send it to jw@hofmedia.us? Or is this a DM we're talking about? There's a DM. I got it.
Yeah,
what I missed,
Oh,
man?
we're
What I
really
missed?
selling this Arbuckle stuff. All right, bro. I got you. Yeah, I will, Coach Tricks. I will. Yeah, so listen, real quick, as we get out of here, we obviously got to have Legends going to be there at LSU. You're going down for the last one as well, I'm sure, right? Man, I really want to get the tickets anyway.
No Black Friday deals for your boy. Yeah, I'm up early in the morning on the road.
Yep.
My normal Cabela's Bass Pro Shop
Coming in hot.
ain't happening this year, man. I'm coming into LSU riding dirty.
If anybody wants to help us out, if anybody wants to help a brother out over here, in the chat, a little big super chat to the Cash App. Maybe Jason gets over there too.
I'm gonna be like like Big Bogue. I'm gonna be coming in like an F-16, dropping the Moab bomb because I'm gonna be coming in low and hot.
Low and hot. Hey, Ryman Lemon's been there talking a lot of shit today. Hey, Ryman, pick me up in your bird and take me down to Baton Rouge.
Come on, like that. You got it like that?
He's got a plane. Yeah, he's got a little plane.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Riding dirty. That's fun.
Big time. Big timing.
Oh, Sarge. Sipping Sooner, my guy. Happy Thanksgiving, sir.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Sipping Sooner. Big salute.
Sooner is the guy, man. We got to get him on this weekend. Hey, if you can get on with us Friday, Sipping, we're about to jump out of here, but if you can get on with us Friday, we'd love to have you.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see.
What y'all think, man? What are we doing? Hold on, before y'all get out of here.
I think
are we keeping the same game plan coming into LSU?
Until it's broke, fix it. Don't fix it, right?
Dude, they average more yards per rush than Alabama did, giving up yards per rush.
Yeah. Well, I know that Durham and that quarterback we have to contain.
Yeah, Durham. What's his name? Caden Durham.
Yeah, Caden Durham. He's a stud, man. That's the one thing is they're not gonna try to beat you with their feet with Nuss. But you got to shut down the run. Hey, nobody's run against this defense. You're not running against this defense. Texas had probably the best running game against them, and it really wasn't until second half when it was kind of they'd been on the field too damn much. Too many possessions.
Yeah.
Just a couple missed tackles. What it really was. Bad couple run fits and a missed tackle or two, and made us look bad. But yeah, man.
And let me ask y'all this before we jump out of here. Does LSU have any wide receivers that's like Ryan Williams? Because if they do, I don't care who they got, because whoever Eli Bowen's responsibility is, you ain't going to catch crap.
I don't know that they have anybody like Ryan Williams, because I don't know that anybody is like Ryan Williams.
There you have it.
I think Cam Coleman's that guy, but I don't think he's like Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
And Eli Bowen stuck to him like super glue, so I'm not worried.
Yeah. Big Mike's been saying it. He's sticky. The dude is sticky. He's in his even that play. If they call that a touchdown and give him the touchdown, that's fine. You got to tip your cap to him because he was in his fucking pocket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts.
He
was right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, man. That dude's a real deal.
Eli is football IQ is off the charts.
Yeah.
Both them boys.
Big Mike, Jason, how would you guys have? How would y'all have liked to gone through life knowing that your name is Dick Schmalls?
Oh, no, not at all.
What is that?
Go back and go watch my video that I put out yesterday about the all-time.
I fell asleep watching it last night, but I swear I didn't get to that part. I guess I was like,
when we played Auburn in 1972 in the Sugar Bowl with Pat Sullivan, his wingback was named Dick Schmalls.
Wow.
Dick Small was the first name. You should have just went with Richard Small. That would have been a little better.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that. But yeah, Dick Schmalls was his name.
Nice.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me.
Any relation to Biggie?
Alabama has not faced the wide receiver threat Auburn has, in your opinion? What do you mean? Who
they got some. I can't think of that cat's name right now at LSU. That receiver,
Cameron Lacey or Kyron Lacey, something like that.
Yeah, Lacey.
Yeah, he's not bad, man. He can beat you. He can beat you if you let him run free.
Bro, they've got a factory down there that they print those guys up in.
Yeah,
every year.
But the key is still the running game for them, for LSU.
Who the hell it's going to be? They're going to have 2 or 3 guys that can break it off. Straight up. That's how they are. I would say this. I think that, that you got to shut down the run. I think you got to do the same thing. You don't want to let you got to continue to get pressure. You got to, because here's the one thing, the difference in this game is going to be Nuss can make throws that you weren't going to see Jalen Milroe make.
Right. I was just going to say,
he will put himself in bad positions to make stupid throws sometimes. So you can still get to him. You just need to stay disciplined in the secondary, and you got to get pressure on that guy.
And Johnson is playing a whole lot better on the other side of Eli.
Oh, Jacoby, Jacoby. They looked great last week. They looked great. Aside from a couple of plays, and I mean, with a guy like Ryan Williams, you can't expect for him to shut him down. He's going to catch something.
Yeah.
You know the crazy thing about that Ryan Williams, man, he was a bad call. You know what I mean? And he didn't have one. He ended up having 1 touchdown. He had 2 catches. You know what I mean?
The one
he tiptoed, stepped out of bounds.
He stepped out of bounds on the one play, right? Yeah.
He was out.
I like that Sooner Cowboy.
Half his foot was on the white line.
Turnovers is going to be highly important for us.
No doubt. It always is.
Yeah.
They come in bunches. Turnovers come in bunches.
Got to do it.
I just know that our DNs are legit. Our DNs are legit, and they're gonna wreak havoc. So, we're gonna just play football and make the best team win, but we're gonna put some work on it.
Hey, listen, you gotta put
for sure
pressure on the quarterback. You get pressure on the quarterback this week, same as before. He's not gonna hurt you running the ball, but they've got some guys that can hurt you running the football. You know, Caden Durham has been really good. You know, we know who he is. He's an Oklahoma kid. He ended up at Duncanville also, but he's been really good. And I think that you've got to make sure that you get out there and you got to shut that down. But I think running the football has not been something that anybody does really against Oklahoma. So I'm not really worried about that.
Definitely.
What you got to do is make sure that you get Nussmeier off his platform. You cannot let him just sit back there. And and listen, if we know anything about this defense, they're going to bring pressure from different places. They'll find a way to get to him. So they do have one of the better offensive lines in the country. There's no 2 ways around that. It's a different challenge this week for sure. It's a different challenge for sure. I do think that you could win it. I'm not saying that I'm not guaranteeing no wins. I can tell you that. The other thing is you're going to Baton Rouge. This is going to be a tough place to win a game. You know, are they going in the wrong direction? Sure they are. They're going in the wrong direction. But And it was a huge win. And momentum means something. I mean, Big Mike, you can speak to that. Momentum means something in sports.
Yep.
Not only that, confidence means something when you know that you have an offense that the kids are really gelling, and so now you can add the little element of every now and then some pop passes and some different things, as long as the running game keeps strong.
Right. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So the confidence starts up front. When your old linemen, when they know that they're not going to have to drop back and they're struggling pass blocking, and they know they're not dropping back 35, 40 times, block pass blocking against good D linemen, and they know that they can just fire off and move some dudes around. That their confidence is up right now, and it showed. And I think you're seeing that even the Missouri game, like you started seeing that. That push and that movement and things getting open. But Stephen G, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. The Palace, hey man, legit. So your boy had his ear pro in for sure, because I wasn't having that what happened against Tennessee, where I got caught lacking and didn't bring my ear pro, and my head was bringing. I had a headache for 2 days. You know what I mean?
It was like that for me too, man. I was hurting that next day. And I didn't drink.
It was rocking, man. That shit right there. If you can, I don't even care. I don't care if that's 12 o'clock, 100 degrees, like that environment right there. The standard was set. Now you just got to live up to it, man. Like not every time. And that right there, that type of atmosphere and crowd, you want to talk about momentum and keeping momentum on your side. Bro, come on, man. That's the real deal, man. That was a fun time, man. I haven't had that much fun at a football game in a long time, dude. And that was legit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was something else, man. I've been rubbing it in my middle one, Marcus. I've been rubbing it in his face since I got back, because he had basketball practice.
Oh.
And he chose not to go. He could have went, but he chose not to go. So I've been, he's been too wrapped up in basketball right now.
Oh man, brutal. He's just wearing him out, huh?
Oh, dude. Every chance I get.
That's awesome. That's what dads are for. That's what good dads are for right there. Just bust them up. Got to do it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I got to get to work. I got to be there in 20 minutes. So got to get out of here. Appreciate everybody coming in, hanging out with us today. Hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving. And hey, if you think about your boy, hit that Cash App, and maybe we'll find a way to get down there as well. But yeah, Bet Fasusi was busted up as well, not going. I bet he was. That's what we heard. We're going to end up getting him. But hey, Big Mike, appreciate you coming in. Legend, you as well. We had Bishop Frank as well. Thank you for coming in, Bishop Frank. Man, always fun to talk to you guys and talk some ball. We'll get back on here Friday. If you got time on Friday, I don't know what's going on, but maybe you can jump on for a few minutes then, Big Mike.
Bro, I'm on the road, man. Hit me up.
Well, hey,
there's a lot of Bama fans there. There was a lot of Bama fans there. There's a lot of Bama fans from Junction City that I knew that came down. And guess what? I called them after the game. I said, hey, where y'all at, man? Let's party. Like, we're on the road. Put them on speaker, right? And put them on speaker with a whole thing of Bama fans. I was like, boomer.
I can't, breaking him up. I can't even hear him. What did you say? You right as you were saying that, it just shut you down, man.
I said boomer fucking sooner, and then I hung up on him.
I love it.
Hit him up on the ride.
There's nothing like that SEC love, right?
Back.
That SEC shit talking.
You want to stick? A lot of Bama fans there.
Say again?
There was a lot of Bama fans.
I don't know. We lost. There was a lot of them there. There were a lot of them there. Yeah, man. Good stuff, man. It's going to be fun.
But all right, man. I'm going to keep you.
All right, guys. Appreciate everybody. Big
Deuces.
Mike, the legend. You guys be safe. Headed down there. We'll talk to you for sure over the weekend or on Friday. We'll get you guys both on the phone somehow. Even we just got to get you to call in. We'll figure it out.
Hey, I can pull over on the side of the road, and I will I will join that live Friday. I'll pull
Keep
up.
that earbud in and make sure you stay safe on the road, man. We want to make sure we get y'all back. So, all right, man. We'll holler at you guys later on. Thanks to everybody for coming in. Hit that like button on your way out. Become a member of the channel. And hey, you better get over there and get those state champ t-shirts, those Alabama State champion t-shirts on hofmedia.us/pod-merch. Actually, I want to send one to Mike Jr. So we're gonna get one. I'll get you a link over there for Mike. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one.